going live. Riffin with Griffin. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, welcome back to your favorite podcast.
Riffin with Griffin, yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riffin with Riffin. A lot of stuff on today's episode, you know. Gotta keep doing it. Let's see. GTA 5 is coming out. Great video game. James Cameron talking about disaster films. He's kind of upset that they think he's going to make a submersible one, you know. An iPhone sold for $190,000. And are we not worried enough about aliens? Riffin with Griffin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I like when I can hear my voice is good. Is it GTA 6? Oh, I'm sorry, 6. Is GTA 6 coming out? I don't know. I don't know how to do the Roman numerals. Thank you in the chat. Welcome back. Welcome back to Riffin with Griffin, everybody. When my voice is feeling milky, I like to milk it a little bit. You know what I mean? Riffin with Griffin. You know, so anyways, feeling it today. Thanks for being here on Riffin with Griffin, and as always, I appreciate you guys and what you do when you're here. Thank you for subscribing. It really helps to subscribe. So subscribe, share, do all that stuff. You know, I'm doing it late. You have to hit the notification so you know when I come on live. I got a pregnant wife, so my days are weird, so I can't just come on when I want to. Twitch, I still game. I'm twitching this for as long as I can before my life is full of diapers. And Patreon. I am doing content. I didn't do last week's episode, but I am going to do a spoiler of the whole season of Idol with The Weeknd and what's her name, Lily Rose Depp or whatever the hell her name is. Man, what a train wreck, but I want to really dive into it. So if you never saw the series and you don't care about spoilers, then you're going to watch that. If you already saw it and you want to hear my thoughts on it, so we will be doing that. I'm going to do it probably either later today, and I like to do that live on Twitch, and then I'll post it to, Patreon. If you are... you could be a Twitch subscriber, or a YouTube subscriber member, or you could be a Patreon and you'll get that extra content. They'll already have up. The last one I did was about, I went through all the Black Mirror episodes. So if you're into spoilers, I'm trying to rebrand. So it's like Spoiling with Griffin or Spoiler Alert or whatever like that. So we'll start doing that kind of stuff there. And if you're in Chicago, guys, Chicago people, where you guys at? Holler at me. Let me know what's up. Chicago people, I'm going to be in Chicago this Friday and Saturday at the Rosemont Zanies. Zanies in Rosemont. Get your tickets now. You can go to ericgriffin.com to hit the link there on my trash website, but it'll be there. And then you go. And then next week after that I don't know if it's next. Is it next week? It might be. Yeah, it is. It's going to be next week. July 28th, anybody in the California area, if you're in Irvine, I'm going to be at the Irvine Improv. Just one night, 2 shows, one night, Irvine Improv, Friday night on July 28th. So come check me out there too. So thank you very much for all that you do. Okay. So welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Thanks for listening, subscribing, and all that stuff. Everybody in the chat that's watching live, thank you. You guys, I appreciate what you guys do being here. This podcast, it's for the people that have come in for the first time and you're like, oh, what is this? I talk about everything and anything. It's Riffin with Griffin. Sometimes I'm funny. Sometimes I'm introspective. Sometimes I'm serious. Sometimes I even cry. Other times, you can, it is what it is. So for the new people, so welcome. For the old people, you know what we do. Thanks for being here. All right. What's going on this week? I want to wait. Rachel was going to come on, but I'm going to wait for her. I'm going to wait for her because, as we're going through our pregnancy and, she actually doesn't want me like revealing too much stuff. I feel like I'm too open about certain things. You know what I mean? But you just forget you're just talking. You know what I mean? But like she'll come on and reveal what she wants to reveal. But it's going well. It's a lot when you're first time going through this process. At this point, we're at like almost 13 weeks. I think it's 13 weeks today. I don't know, something like that. But it's like, man, what a process it is. It's like for anybody that's out there. You're doing it for the first time. I know where you're at. You're just like, you're scared and nervous, and you're just kind of like, what's going on? And then like for the guy, you're taking on all these things that you necessarily weren't taking on before. Whatever you weren't doing in your relationship, say for household stuff, I don't know, whatever arrangement you have with your partner, you're taking on whatever you weren't doing. You got to do now. It's a lot, but it's like, I don't know. How do I feel, being at this stage in my life? So sometimes I'm downstairs and I'm like, I wouldn't always do the dishes every single day. Sometimes you just leave the dishes. It's just her and I. So I'm like, whatever. So now I know it's like, oh, no, I got to take care of this because I have to cook tomorrow. So now I'm like, washing dishes every day, like every single day, taking stuff out the dishwasher every single day, and like, or whatever your routine is of the things you do. So now I'm going to the market more often, like, because like we haven't actually been ordering food that much anymore because I just do a lot of cooking, and then like, now you're trying to also determine like, I don't want to buy too much of this because I don't want it to go to waste. It's like, it's like, okay, what is she like? All right, let me make sure I get enough of this. And then it's like, oh, you don't want to get too much because, like I say, you don't want it to go to waste. Like, she likes celery. So it's like, all right, I said, well, let me just get one thing of the celery. She likes the fresh organic stuff. So I chopped off the ends and all that, and I made it ready, put it in a big bag, and then she ate it all with some peanut butter. And I was like, oh, okay, so she really likes that. So now I'm going to go back and get like 2 or 3 of those because I know they're not going to go to waste. It's that kind of stuff. What's funny, too, that you learn I think that the process for a guy, for the husband, or whatever you want to call yourself, the other person that's not having the baby, how about that? You're learning like patience and how to deal with. So I made a meal yesterday, and I bought some. Rachel don't like spices, so I bought some kind of all-purpose spice thing, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be cool. So then I like put it on I made a steak, and I grilled it on my Traeger grill. Shout out to Traeger. They gave me this great grill. It's a beautiful grill. I recommend getting a Traeger grill. Anyways, free plug for them. So you know how it is. Like I seasoned this the night before. I made all these vegetables, you know what I mean? And then like she got it and I could tell she didn't like it. She was like, I don't like these spices and I don't like this. And then I thought to myself, I was like, oh, this is actually training for when you get something for your kids and they just don't like it and you can't take it personal. So I was like, so I knew it was my fault because I was like, oh, I tried something new with the spices. And I know I thought it was going to be, but I didn't even really like it, but it was like it's telling me like, oh, this is how it's going to be, and how kids can be. I've seen it. You'd be like, hey, you want this? And they're like, oh, I don't like that. But maybe you slaved over a stove for 5 hours. And then this kid is like, I don't want that crap. It's like training you for that. I think that like a pregnant woman is like preparing you for like, hey, be patient. Don't take shit personal. You have to look out for more than just you. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, okay. So now I know it's like with her, it's just salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of oil, to put like on the vegetables. And I know I put too much oil. It's like I'm learning all these things. And it's like, that's like, what's good cooking? Is good cooking like making something you prepared for some contest? Or is it good cooking is making what the people you're cooking for, what they really like? Which, you have to ask yourself, which one is it? So It's crazy. It's a lot of it's an adjustment. I'll say that. It is a huge adjustment that I am all prepared for. I mean, I don't know if I had to look back, I'd be like, oh, maybe I wish I would have done this earlier, because I had some heartbreak early in my life where it's like I was in this relationship for like 6-7 years, broke my heart, and then I was like wasn't doing what I wanted to do in my life, and so then I really focused on me. It was like really like it was all about me and my career, and so stuff happens in your life, and so then. But I think back, because like, dude, I'm 51, y'all. So it's like, I'm starting. I should be thinking about, man, I'm going to be done in 10 years or whatever, right? But it's like, this is how I did it. So I have to deal with it. So it's like, I'm making all this stuff a part of my life. I mean, it's different. It's a different transition. I don't know, all you people out there who are parents already, you hear me and you're like, oh, you think it's hard now, dude. Wait till, you know what I mean? It's like one thing I'll say is I'm ready for it. I like all challenges, and because I related to like the entertainment business. The entertainment business is very challenging. Okay, it's very challenging. So here we are, and I'll keep you guys posted on my journey and how it's going and how I'm preparing myself for it. So anyway. All right, let's see. Let's go to some comments, guys. Let's get to the comment section. Where are we at here? All right, we got some comments. A lot of haters, man. There's so many. The haters are out in force these days. I don't know. I guess they got nothing better to do. Okay, so we got this guy Edwin Garcia. He comments a lot. Griffin, my dude, I'm new to your podcast, and I got to say that your intro is dope AF. I love how you talk about the culture, movies, and video games. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Here's another Matt Rife comment, and some girl has, what's her name? Destiny Rue 2187. Has he ever thought about dating mid-20s girl from Ohio or Kentucky that is willing to follow him where he wants to live? Some little grown girl have the same kind of dreams. I mean, it's like every week now somebody finds this podcast with Matt and they, have a comment about that they're the one for him. It's like, it's so funny. Oh, I got this really crazy Instagram message about Matt. So some lady hits me up and she's like, hey, she's like, I need to get in contact with Matt because I've been talking to someone that I thought was him and I got scammed and I just want to make him aware before I go to the police. I didn't even respond. You know what I mean? Imagine, so he's super famous now. He's like famous now, okay? He's getting to the road. Like the next thing you know, he's going to be an Avenger or something, right? And then it's going to be on a whole worldly level, a whole other level. But in terms of like comedy and like he's got billboards on Sunset. So it's like, so my thing is like, hey, listen, take some personal responsibility. And it's like a person that I'll be like, why would he talk to you? Why would he ask you for money? Why would he like whatever it is? Like you think you're talking to that person? You're not. And so I'm not a fool. You think I'm going to be like, oh, well, let me get on this. Hold on a second. Let me go call him. Hey, bro, there's somebody pretending to be you and someone got catfished and they're mad and they want you to do something about it. Like, I'm sorry. Like I can't stand it that like people think I'm going to be the go-between. Do I look like I'm looking like I'm losing some weight too, y'all? Because I've been cooking more and stuff. So I've been looking like, you know what I mean? Get my exercise on. We're doing good. All right, let's see. I love this one. So Oscar Wilde 891, born in 89 for context, but movies that changed everything for me: The Matrix, Spider-Man, Pirates of the Caribbean, Kill Bill. Ooh, those are actually really great choices. Because last week I was talking about how Indiana Jones, it was one of the most profound movie experiences of my life is when I watched Indiana Jones, the first one. The first movie, I was 9, 10 years old, and it changed my life. So I'm asking people now. I actually like the Matrix is a great one. Like the Matrix changed the movies, in my opinion. I mean, it changed. Like the Matrix don't get enough credit for how groundbreaking the Matrix was for the movie experience. So that was great. And Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, that's a good one too, because I remember watching the first Spider-Man and thinking, oh, for the first time, like as an old person, like as a person born in the 70s, when you watch that first Spider-Man, it was the same sort of amazing feeling I had when I watched Jurassic Park, when you saw that CGI for the first time. So to be a comic book collector, like I collected comics, and then to watch what we really think Spider-Man would look like on the screen for the first time, swinging around New York, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was like, wow, here it is. Like our imaginations can actually be on screen. Because when I grew up at a time when that just wasn't a thing. So like everything was trash, man. There was like a original Spider-Man movie was trash. You could see the freaking rope. There was a Captain America movie that was trash. Even the Incredible Hulk television show, it's like, clearly it was just a stronger dude. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You just had like, it was this dude and then it was a bodybuilder in green makeup, But we had to suspend our disbelief way more. And so there was a time when I was growing up where it was like, oh man, it was just only cartoons can show you what. That's why cartoons were so amazing, like Thundercats and He-Man and all these things. We would just watch cartoons because that was the only way we could see sort of live action. So then when it really went to true live action and anything in our imaginations we can now show on screen. I don't think you young people understand how that transition for us older generation, Gen X people, how that was like it was an amazing time for us because it was like, oh man, this is it, So, anyways, good comment. Let's see. What we got here? Let's see. So Kali Jury, Kali. I don't know how to say your stupid names. Isn't AI just humans inputting into a system, much like a search engine? Example, it would not give expressions that it deemed inappropriate, which oddly seems to lean to the left. That's human input, not some artificial intelligence. Okay, I kind of know what you're saying. I don't think it's true artificial intelligence because, first of all, I don't think they would release that to the public yet anyway. But I do think it's a more enhanced, detailed speech recognition of like what you're asking for. Like I actually don't use Google anymore. I use this chat software that I have. And the way it interacts, I like how you can interact with it. So, I forgot to mention. So like the description of the episode, and thanks for all the comments, guys. I'm gonna move on from that, but thanks for all the comments. Like today's description of the episode, I made with the AI. I wanted to test it out. Oh, I forgot to say that early on. Yeah, I wanted to say that early on. So look, I put in like this is what I so in the I'm gonna go through the chat history so you can see like what I asked for. So I said I need a YouTube description for my podcast episode. Here are today's topics I'm discussing. And I said, Apple iPhone sells at auction for $190,000. Is that a ridiculous purchase? I said, Grand Theft Auto video game is going to cost $2 billion. I'm going to talk about that soon. A guy was trapped under a baseball tarp, and when they were covering the field for rain, and James Cameron is upset that they think he's making a movie. So I put that in the chat, into the AI, right? And then it pumped out this whole thing, but it was numbered, right? So it was like section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5. So then all I said to it was make it shorter. And then it did, but it had numbers on it, right? Then I said without numbers, just a solid paragraph. And then it came up with that. So I was like, and it's like very like, as you can see, like I don't even talk like that, but I just wanted to use it to see how it is. 'Cause I think it's a very helpful tool. So I like that that interaction is what Google needs to move to, or people are going to just use this. Because I like the idea that if I'm like I'm searching for something, if I say I look for red jackets, you know, and then it shows me red jackets, and I'll say, oh, you know what, make them longer, make them matching shirts. So you don't have to like do a whole new search. It's like a conversation you're having with the AI that you don't have to, you know, go through ads and like, you know, it's just giving you like direct information, you know, like I got my genetic test back, you know, you get the genetic test from the pregnancy stuff. And I was like, hey, what does this mean? And then the AI said, boom, boom. And I said, shit, something I should worry about. Then it gave me more information. I was like, oh, so if somebody has this, does that, you know, it's like this kind of chat conversation you're having in the search. So I think that how it interacts with us, I think is where the future is going. Now, in terms of the thing learning itself, I don't know. But if you think about this, there is so much information on the internet, okay, about everything. There's encyclopedias, dictionaries. So the thing is gathering the information from all this stuff, and it's so much information that it's making it seem like it's having a real conversation with you. But you know, I think that, you know, we're moving in a good direction in terms of that. If you're not a person that's afraid of it, you know. I guess somebody said will probably be incorporated into Siri. There's this crazy person in my chat called Downhill Dad. What a dumb name. I'm just kidding. I know that guy. Yes, I think Siri should be like that. I think Siri should be an AI, or a more advanced AI. So you can be like, hey, you know, it's like, hey Siri. Like already when you go like this, I already have a little like life hack for you right now. So if you're looking for your phone, right, you go, hey Siri. Where are you?
I'm here.
That's how I find my phone. If I leave my phone someplace in the house and I can't find it, I just go, hey Siri, and it goes, uh-huh. And I go, where are you? And it goes, I'm over here. And I go, oh, there it is. So I think that like that kind of technology is like where you can continue your search questions, I think is where the AI is going to go for all these things. Because as of right now, like Google better update, because I don't know about you. If you have I use this app called Chatster. It's like an AI based app, you know. It was like $69 for the whole year, and I was like, I think it's worth. I wanted to test it out. I think it's worth it, right? So then it's like, so now I can go, you know, it's going to help me with my podcast. I'll be like, all right, I want to talk about this, and this. Give me a description. Give me a title for this, or hey, or maybe I need some information about like, you know, like if I'm going to talk about James Cameron, I might ask it. List me James Cameron's movies in order. Oh, wait, I have to make a new chat. Oh, that's another thing, too. You have to make a new conversation. That's interesting. All right, here we go. List off James Cameron movies in order. Why isn't it doing it? Wait, I think I have to start over. I don't know why it's doing that. It's saying something weird. Let me try this again. The model's maximum context length is 4,000 tokens. However, you requested 6,000 tokens. 14 in the message, 6,000 in the completion. Please reduce the length of the message or completion. I don't understand what they mean by that. I'm gonna have to look, see right in the middle. See, there's still issues. You know what I mean? It still has issues. I don't know. It's like if you're already talking about something, then you have to like start a new one. You have to. It's a weird thing how it works. But anyways, let's go into the other stuff that I was going to talk about. Speaking of James Cameron, let's talk about James Cameron. This is one of my Instagram stories that I have today. Instagram post. Let's go to this. I hope do you guys like my little, you know, how I do that little social media. But you know what? I don't like how this looks though. Let me. What's going on here? Why does this look like this? You see, there's always something, guys. You know, there's always something. Wait, I want this to be boom. Yeah, I cropped it, so we want it to be. Oh wait, boom, and then the left should be. Well, there we go, boom. All right, there. Now it's showing everything. That's weird. Anyways, James Cameron. I'm working on things as we go. So James Cameron blasts offensive rumors that he's in talks to direct the Titanic submersible disaster film. I got an issue with this, James Cameron. I have an issue with you. Why is this so out of the realm of possibility of something that can happen? Huh? Like why are you acting like you didn't already make a disaster movie about one of the worst tragedies in American history? You think because you took so long to make it, it was like what's the statute of limitations of when something is inappropriate to make about something? This guy made a love story about, a tragic accident and so many people died. And we're supposed to sit here and be like you wouldn't want to make this movie? I mean, what are we talking about? This is what we do in United States society. This is the American way. We celebrate our triumphs and we mourn our tragedies the same way. We make movies and television shows about them. I've talked about this before. How many 9/11 references are there in really terrible movies? I don't care how good the movie is or how bad the movie is. People, they use 9/11 in like dumb spy movies plot points now all the time. COVID, we're talking about that all the time in movies. They're making reference to it in like movies and television shows. We do this all the time. We made a Boston Marathon movie. We made you know what I mean? Like there's so many movies that we make. Like he's acting like this is so terrible. Why? Who's more equipped to make a movie about this than this guy? He already said himself he made over 30 trips down to the Titanic in submarines to do research for his movie, and because this is something he was interested in. So yeah, a billionaire dies, a kid, all these people that die. You're like, all right, yeah, let's make a movie about it so we can. That's how we learn things. That's how we go. This is a cautionary tale, and we tell it in a fictional form based off a true story. So for him to be virtue signaling about I am offended that you would think that I would do this. Hell yeah, you would do it. You already did it. Okay? There's families still suffering from their great-grandparents who died in the Titanic. And you made a movie that made $2 billion. What are you talking about? Stop acting like you better than everybody. And so that's how I get on him. The other side of it is, hey, everybody, shut up. Why are you getting on this guy? Even if he was thinking about that, now everybody's got an issue. Oh, this is inappropriate. But there's so much, what are you talking about? There's so much other inappropriate things and feelings and stuff that people do. And this is just one of those things that people want to, this is the I'm a good person police. There's an I'm a good person club out there in the world. I'm a good person. And the I'm a good person club, they're the ones that have to support things and don't use any common sense. They have to support things on face value for the internet without actually talking about it. Body positivity is one of those things. People, they go, well, I'm a good person, so I support body positivity with no context, with nothing. No, it's not okay. It's more nuanced than just that. Talking about health and people living longer and eating right and exercising, that is not wrong to talk about. What you're saying is, hey, fat shaming and body positivity, there's a nuanced difference between the two. And then even though you would say the same things about each, So that's what I'm a good person, that movement in society right now, this is what that is right there. They're like, well, I cannot support him making a movie. The people died. 6 people died. Okay, what? We've made movies about other things. Are you gonna get on everything that we do? Is there nothing we can make? This Oppenheimer movie is coming out, right? It came out. Did it come out already? I think it did. I don't know if I want to see it because my base knowledge of this is the guy that invented the atom bomb that we dropped on a country and killed a bunch of people. Why is that story being told? Right? Because it's like, this is what we do. This is what we do. So it's like, if you're trying to be a good person all the time, like, it's more nuanced than that, man. Like, be better than that. Be better than that. So it's like, James Cameron, just make your move. If you are going to do that, I'm sure it'll be great. Okay? Kudo, it's like RIP to the victims, and maybe you making this movie is going to make the expose something about, this submarine company or doing things like this in the future and safety precautions. Maybe your movie will shed a light on that, right? And then maybe who knows, and then more people will know about this. I don't know, but it's like, stop acting like it's so out of the realm. And then, like I say, and everyone else, stop acting like you a good person all the time. Stop acting like you're doing enough just by being outraged. Being outraged is not enough to make you a good person. That'd be like, right now, I look at, I'm just showing you videos of homeless children and I can't believe there are homeless children in the world, but I'm not doing anything to help them. Stop having you know what I mean? You're not a good person just because you're outraged. Okay, let's move on. Oh, man. Unbelievable, right, man? People are unbelievable. All right, let's go. Where am I? Where's my stories, man? Let's talk about this one now. This is like, if you're a gamer. Gamer nerds. Where you gamer nerds at? Gamer nerds. Oh, see, that's why I had that smaller. Because of that stuff showed up. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, and it's set to cost up to $2 billion to make. It's the most expensive entertainment product ever. $2 billion to make it. I'm excited. The last one, Grand Theft Auto 5, I believe. Let me see if my chat will work now. I don't know why it's not working. All of a sudden, I'm talking about it doesn't work. All right, let's see. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out? I don't know why my thing's not working. This doesn't even make any sense. Wow, that's weird. Okay, well, let's just go to Google. and Google wins. We're back to Google. When did Grand Theft Auto 5 come out? All right, let's see. September 17th, 2013. Wow. So, check this out. That was a 10-year game when it came out. And at the time, I think they said it cost like $500 million. And what a great game. I think I've played that game so many times from beginning to end because it's just open world, beautiful, based in Los Angeles. So I love driving around and being like, oh man, there's where the Comedy Store is, or oh, this is where that is. You try to find your neighborhood where you live and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. But it's like, it's incredible, So I can't wait to see what this one's going to be like. Like, are they going to incorporate AI, or is it going to be like, and how long are they going to have this game? I totally like the idea that this game's going to come out and then it's going to be available for 10 years. They're like, that's how much content, that's how much joy it's given people. That's the programming is so advanced and so rich. The environment is so rich, and that you'll be like, I can continue to. This game can continue to go on for 10 years. I'm sure they made all their money back. Let's find out that. How much profit did Grand Theft Auto 5 make? Let's see what they're saying. According to recent reports from Take-Two Interactive, GTA 5 has generated $7.7 billion in revenue for the company. So you invest $500 million, and then 10 years later, you turned that into $7.7 billion in revenue. Unbelievable. Whoo! So I don't know. You let me know. Are you excited? What's your favorite video games? One of my favorite games was Destiny, and that's still going on. That's a 10-year game. I stopped playing it because I'm now a big Call of Duty fan, and you could see that on live daily at Erik Griffin Gaming. So I don't know what's your favorite games, but like Destiny was one of those games, and then all those different series, like the sports franchise series. But see, I don't like those because you have to pay $59 every single year for basically the same game. I think they should have made like some sort of subscription service where the stats are updating or something, and they just have a DLC for the game as opposed to like, oh, I have to buy a whole new game. And then they're like forced to make certain changes to make you feel like you got something new. So I don't like that model. I think that model is old. I think like NBA 2K and FIFA and hockey and those type of sports games, I think they're making a mistake, but it's like they don't care because like people are still buying it. But I stopped buying the sports games. If it wasn't for me streaming and my fans asking, hey, can you play this game? I would never play those games. You know, then you have like the gaming subscriptions that you could get, right? But so I don't know. It's I think that this model right here, I think they're showing that this works. This is a model that works. Spend a lot of money on a game, put everything into it, really work on it, work out the kinks, put it online, boom. Here's a $2 billion game. So you think 10 years, and then with the inflation and everything, what they probably make like $13 billion off of this game with all the little in-game purchases that you have to buy, and then the initial purchase of the game. This is probably going to be the biggest game launch in history. They'll probably make a large portion of their money back right away, and then the profits will just start rolling in. But pretty amazing thing to think about, man, that they got that this game is what it is, $2 billion game. Speaking of crazy purchases, let's go into this one now. This one's crazy, man. So there's some iPhone that was at an auction. So an Apple iPhone from 2007 sells for $190,000 at auctions. Apple's rare unopened 4GB iPhone from 2007 smashes records. The exceedingly rare factory sealed first edition iPhone is exceptional condition. Attracted 28 bids, fetching nearly 400 times its original price, leaving all expectations shattered. Apple's visionary Steve Jobs revolutionized technology with this groundbreaking innovation. So I think it's one of the first iPhones that came out. This is one of those, I have money to burn, and so you're a collector. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't Elon Musk that bought this, because he notoriously overpays for products, right? I mean, $190,000 for the original iPhone, like, yuck. You know, like, this is one of those. I think I've been trying to find a list of like the most expensive purchases in history, and I guess you have to go. It's actually relative, so it's probably not just the actual amount of money, because it's probably always going to be a house, you know. But what's relative to what it is, that's probably a weird list. But this is probably gonna make the list, right? This has got to make the list for a thing that was originally $1,000. It's sold for $190,000. I mean, you got to think like I always say, Twitter, buying Twitter for $44 billion was the dumbest purchase in history. There isn't a worse waste of money than that, in my opinion. But who knows? In 5-6 years, when he's selling ads and he's turned Twitter into a bank, and he's not, then the valuation of the company's at $100 billion or something, I'll eat my words then. But for now, that just seems like a really stupid purchase. And so does this. But I guess this is one of those, I have a lot of money and I have a little room in my 15-room, 8-bathroom mansion that I put nonsense in. And this is one of them. So you walk around and you're like, oh, look at this. It's like I did this podcast, X5 is the name of the podcast. And the guy that, he runs he's just a rich guy living in Alabama that wanted to start a podcast network, and good for him. Really cool dudes, by the way. No shade on them. But the guy is just like, he's this wealthy guy, man. Just what fucking wealthy guy. And he's got like at first I drive out to this really weird place and I'm like, where the hell am I? Is this how you die? Is this like some Blair Witch project? And it's this really crappy looking building. Go inside, beautiful plush studio with a garage in the back, and the dude had the Knight Rider car. That's some rich guy, I got money to burn shit, where he bought a Knight Rider car. And it was the original, it had the stupid steering wheel with the lights in the front, and you could press a button and the music started, and it had the original voice. That's, you got money, you're like, oh yeah, I want that. That's what this is. And it was probably at the auction where it was like all like ego going on in there too, like a bunch of rich people, and someone's like, look at that stupid phone, I want it. And then another guy was like, well, I want it. Then they were like, oh, no. So I think that at an auction, there's a few people at an auction where they really want this. And then there's people at the auction who are like, I don't want you to have it. And that's why it goes, that's how it got up to $190,000. This is like a fight. This is a game. That's the rich people game right there. So, weird stuff. Weird stuff right there. But, it is what it is, guys. All right, let's go to this weird story. So here, this poor sap. Go to this. Look at this poor guy at a game. So they're putting the tarp for, right? So they're putting the tarp because it's raining, and one of the guys fell, and now he's trapped. He's trapped underneath trying to get out. It's like, oh my God. Like, imagine you're this guy. What if it was like even bigger and he has to like crawl out of this? I mean, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen one of these like weird. You guys ever remember any like weird sports stories? If you have them, like put them in the, put them on the comments. I'm trying to think of some weird sports moments that I've seen like live, and I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing anything like this. I think the weirdest sports experience I being at a game one time was a Laker game. And I'm like, I didn't have great seats. I'm like, but they're decent seats. And then like they were just filming a John Travolta movie at the time. I forgot the name of that movie, but he had like long hair. He was like a con artist, or I forgot the name of the movie. It was so long ago. But like they just were filming the movie and didn't tell anybody. So in the scene, John Travolta's at the game. So they had the other actors just kind of like there that he was coming down and to talk to them. And so they just filmed this scene of him walking into running into the thing. And I just remember being like, is that John Travolta? You know what I mean? Like everybody was kind of looking like, what's going on over there? And so they just did it, So that was like a weird thing there. I've never seen anybody fall or like, there's always a lot of weird halftime. Swordfish. Was it Swordfish? Oh, maybe it was Swordfish. No, Swordfish was with, I don't think was John Travolta in that? I don't think he was in that. That was Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry. Was John Travolta in that? I don't think John Travolta was in that, dude. I don't think he was in that. So, all right, let me see if I talked about, I think I talked about all those stories. Okay, so, let's go to one of the last stories of the day right now, guys, is this here. The House Oversight plans a UFO hearing after unconfirmed claims of crash alien spacecraft. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. Let's do that too. Let's get it even more. Yeah, there we go. So, I also want to talk about this Tupac story too. I think that's weird. Wait, what is this crap here? Wait, I don't care about this. Let me just get off this page. I just wanted to just see that, what they're talking about, and talk about this a little bit. Guys, I don't know how I feel about aliens. Okay? You know? Like, I don't know if this is, like, is this real? And if it is, why aren't we talking about it more? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't we talking about aliens more? Like, there's all these little stories that you can kind of look up. And I feel like we're being distracted. I feel like there's so much things being thrown at us that we can't tell what's real, what's new, whether it's Trump or whether it's, whatever the thing's going on, global warming, all like trying to cancel people and the good person police just dominating, like, trying to like, you did this 10 years ago, you said this, and so now we have to cancel you. Like, all that stuff is distracting us from like what's really going on. Like, are you a believer that there is an Area 51, that aliens have? Because I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm not a believer. I think that let's say this is how I feel. If there are aliens and they've been here, so either if they're here and they're coming back and forth, then we have something to worry about. Because if they have that kind of technology and they're not helping us, then what are they doing? What is this? Some sort of sadistic alien race who doesn't care about what's going on? Or they're planning to ruin us and so they could take over our planet? Like, what's the purpose? Like, I don't believe in this, like, oh, they're just watching us and they don't want to interfere. What? If you see bad stuff going on and you can fix it and you're not doing anything, like, what are they doing? Or is it that some interstellar space aliens, they crash landed and they have no way, because of our limited technology and resources here, to get back, so they've integrated into society? Is that it? Are we some big experiment that has just gone wrong and they're trying to fix it? Or maybe they're just still watching us to see, like, all right, let's see how they progress over. We're going to take this in 1,000-year experiment. And they're like, okay. And they're like, ooh, this isn't going well. I don't know. Have they always been here? Or are they the reasons for like some of our major discoveries? But what I'm saying is, if the government is looking into it and they're having some oversight committee, isn't it strange that that's not dominating the headlines? What's bigger than an alien ship? We have wreckage of an alien ship. Like, what story or anything going on in the world is bigger than that? Isn't it strange to you that it's kind of just like, we're just kind of like, you look at you, it comes up on your Instagram and you're like, oh, aliens, okay. And then you just swipe because you're like, you want to see the new dance video, or like, for me, my Instagram is full of baby stuff now. So you swipe past the aliens for 10 things to know about newborns, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, are we so inundated with information? Are we so distracted that we are missing the greatest discovery in human history? What are we doing? Like, isn't it odd to you? Whether you believe it or not, if it's true, like, what? That would change the world. Is it just me that thinks like this? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Are you worried about aliens? Are you think, do we have something to worry about? Or you think they've always been here and they're finally going to reveal themselves? Or maybe they've finally gotten contact with their home world, and their home world is like, oh, we're on the way to get you. And then it's like, what do you think is happening, and why isn't this dominating all the news, is what I'm saying. Don't you think this should be like the first thing on your feed is alien vessel found. Like they already said they found a meteorite. It's the first time something from outside of our galaxy or something has, they found in the Pacific Ocean or something, some interstellar meteorite. So it's like, okay, is this the start of it? What's going on? Mr. Bubble says the only thing that would unite everyone. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if we had some alien planet to worry about, then it's not gonna be like, it's like, are we worried about who's white and who's not, who's black, who's not, gay, lesbian, transgender, all the stuff that we're like focusing on that makes us different, that we love to like fight about. Then some green alien comes and they're going to be like, yeah, you're all the same to us. It's going to be funny when the white people are going to be like, oh, yeah, we're with you, aliens. And they're going to be like, no, you're just like them. We've analyzed the DNA and you're not any different. And that's when we're going to all come together. You know what I mean? It's going to be so strange, but I don't know. Guys. I don't know. You tell me what you think. So in the let's distract ourselves department, like I said, what's more important than aliens is, dude, they still investigating the Tupac murder. New details emerge after a home searched in Tupac Shakur murder case. Man, I thought this case was closed, but apparently they are still, they're still looking for stuff here. Breaking news in the Tupac Shakur murder investigation. So it's good to know that they're going to solve that case, right? They're going to solve that. I mean, I don't. Are you a big Tupac fan? I don't know if this younger generation can even appreciate the guy's story and everything that happened to him. Just the. A guy that he was going to like almost like a Juilliard or something to be like an actor. Then he was in, what was that movie that he was in where he was like a gangster? And then after that, everything changed. Then he was like this like figure, and then he's getting shot at, and he's having a battle with Biggie, and then he's killed, and then Biggie's killed, and then here we are. I mean, yeah. Somebody say Tupac is alive in the Bahamas. Oh, that would be terrible. What would you think if that were true? What if like it was revealed that there was like some island that like Tupac's living on, and he's just been there, he's in like witness protection because he like I don't. It's almost like witness protection. It wasn't poetic justice. It was juice. Juice. Thank you. You got to watch Juice. Before Juice, Tupac was a certain person. And then after Juice, it's like he became that guy from Juice. And it turned him into a multimillionaire, So, I mean, people, I don't know. I don't know if it was all fake. I don't know if he was this, but he seemed like a real passionate dude, There's a story that like they shot him. He's shot. He's dying. And the police ask him like, who did this? And the rumor is that he said to the cop, fuck you, and then died. I mean, how gangster is that? Oh man, like that. You want that to be true, right? You want that to be true. You want that Tupac went out like, I ain't no snitch, and then just died. I mean, that just sounds crazy, but So listen, guys, look out for my Patreon episode of spoiler alert, spoiling with Griffin, because I'm gonna go into detail about Idol, that crazy show that was on HBO Max. I mean, just one of the most polarizing, ridiculous shows I've ever watched in my life. So make sure you guys check that out. Riffin with Griffin. I got to get rid of that title thing. So always appreciate that you guys are here. Hey, if you want to send me, if you're a producer and you got some beat that you just want to get out there into the streets, you send me from my rap recaps. I would love that. So once again, make sure you guys subscribe, share, all that. I'm on Twitch, which I'll be on Twitch in about 5-6 minutes. You can be a member there. When I go live for my Patreon episodes, I do it live for a subscriber only live broadcast. And so I'll do that on Twitch. And then, you'll get that on Patreon. And I appreciate the support. I got a baby on the way. I'm trying to just do more of my own stuff. I really want to grow my podcast so I don't have to do nothing else. If it were up to me, if I could just do Riffin with Griffin and gaming, I'd be like, cool. And then occasionally go do like some voiceover work for cartoons. That's just where I want to be at right now. And and obviously do stand-up. And speaking of doing stand-up, make sure you guys come check me out this weekend. If you're in the Chicago area, I'm going to be at Rosemont. Zany's Rosemont. Come check me out. And then the week after, I'm going to be at the Irvine Improv, 1 night, 2 shows, July 28th, Friday in Irvine. So you guys come check me out there. And you know what else? I want to give a shout out to my guy, Joe Rogan. So I did a funny sketch with Blake Weber and Brent. How do you say Brent's last name? If you go to my Instagram, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me go to my Instagram. I'll show you guys my stuff. If you go to my Instagram, where is it? Profile. So we did this funny sketch. Let me just show it. I'll show it to you guys. Instagram video. We did this really funny sketch. Oh, wait. Where are we at? We did this funny sketch about the carnivore diet. Where is it? Get in here. Oh, let me start it over. Oh, man. Come on. How do you start shit over on here? I hate that. You know what? I'll do this and come back. And we'll go back. So this. Oh. Can you guys hear that? I don't think you guys can hear it. So I don't know if you guys can. I don't know if you heard that. Can you? Oh, there was no audio. Damn it! Well, anyways, there's this sketch I did with these 2 funny guys, man, Blake Weber and Brent. What do you get Brent's last name right? How do you say Brent's last name? Brent Pella. Yeah. Anyways, 2 really funny dudes, and we're always like writing things. And so he said, "Hey, let's do a sketch about the carnivore diet." So we did this. It's on my Instagram, so go check it out there. And then Joe Rogan hit me up last night. And he was like, "Dude, what is this? This is hilarious," because some carnivore doctor grabbed it and posted it on his thing. And so Joe's all about carnivore. So he hit me up like, "Man, this is really funny." That he posted it on his page, which I thought was pretty cool of him. So I appreciate that. So, it's good to have the comedy, being part of the comedy family, the comedy community is always very supportive. So I got to fix that audio for next time. But anyways, guys, you know what time it is. Oh, yeah. With that rap recap. Hear that beat and start to clap. Did it again. Tell your friends about Riffin with Griffin. Oh, James Cameron gonna make a movie. He probably should smoke a doobie. Tupac. They gonna find out who did it. I don't know who did it. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. See you next week. Stomp and move your feet. Hit him with the woo-woo. Go boo boo. Foo foo. Rick Glassman is the juju. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin. And as always, I'll see you next week.